Hey everyone, I'm Melanie from Streamlined Legal, where we help law firms get the most out of their practice management software. Tonight, I'm here to talk about ClioCon 2023. For those of you keeping track, ClioCon did happen last week on Monday and Tuesday, and there were a lot of really great announcements that came out of that. So I wanted to share those with you, particularly with respect to Jack Newton, who's the CEO of Clio, gave his annual keynote speech where he talked about the newest features that are coming out with respect to Clio. And I wanted to share those with you for those of you that weren't there and for those of you that are interested in knowing more about what Clio has to offer these days. So first up, I'm going to just go through and list them all of the new features that he mentioned. The great news is some of them we already have videos for to help you get a little further along, and some of them we will be making videos of in the next week or so. So please do keep a lookout for that. We'll be debuting a ClioCon 2023 playlist where you can find all of those videos in one place on our YouTube channel. So please do check that out. So first up, the first thing that Jack announced was that Clio is going to start creating practice area specific modules that you can purchase with your Clio subscription. So for example, the very first one that they debuted or announced that was coming out was our personal injury module. And so for those firms that are practicing personal injury, now you'll have tabs and features specific to personal injury that will help you in your practice. This has not been released yet. However, we hear that a release is forthcoming within the next couple of weeks. And so hopefully that will hit our accounts very soon here. And when it does, we would be thrilled to bring a video out to show you how those features will work. But he mentioned that this was just the first of many. The next module they're going to be putting out is specific to legal aid organizations, and then presumably other practice areas as we continue on down this trend. But personal injury will be the first one that they put out within the next couple of weeks, so we'll keep you posted on that. Second, the announcement was with respect to a new feature called Clio File. And Clio File will allow you to file and serve documents all within Clio, and as well as bill expenses for those filing fees, all within Clio, and that's expected out in early 2024. So we have a little bit of time before that comes out. And then he also mentioned as our third feature here is LawYaw questionnaires. For those of you that don't know, Clio did purchase LawYaw, which was a document automation tool a couple of years ago, and they did mention this year that they were going to add questionnaires to that form tool, or I should say to that document automation tool, to be able to use as forms and questionnaires for your clients to fill out. I think this is awesome, a great feature to be added to the LawYaw product. However, I will say that this was also announced last year, didn't materialize over the last year, and so hopefully they're closer to putting that together than they were last year when they announced it. Next up, we have a lot of additions, or a handful of additions to the apps. So the Clio for Clients app is now available in Spanish. This is a huge benefit to those firms that are serving the Spanish-speaking populations. So please do check that out if that's applicable to you. Also, now we have Siri support on the mobile app, which is fantastic. We can use Siri to go ahead and get things done within the app. And then lastly, with respect to the apps, they do now support Google Pay and Apple Pay for invoices that are sent to our clients through the app. So if our clients are using Clio for Clients to receive that invoice, now they can use Apple Pay or Google Pay in order to pay that invoice as well. Again, just another way that Clio's making it easy for us to get paid on those invoices, and I think that's fantastic. Okay, so that's it as far as the four things that were mentioned that have not yet come out, that are expected to come out in the near future. The additional things that he talked about in his keynote are features that either just recently came out or came out in the relatively near past. The first one was the Google local service ads that are accessible now in Grow. In Grow, you can now go in there and create your local service ads. You can also track those local service ads, and they even give you a credit towards those local service ads. So do go check that out if that's a part of your marketing process currently, or if that's something that you want to try and do in the future. We also have automated intake workflows in Clio Grow. Now, this just came out within the last week or so. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out, this will be our next video. But basically, it allows us to automate some of the workflows that we do use commonly within Clio Grow. So do check that out and look out for our video coming out on that. I hope that that's a portent, by the way, of things to come within Clio Manage. I guess we'll wait and see. That was not yet announced in ClioCon 2023. One of the other things that was announced that just came out was that sync between the contacts in Clio Grow and Clio Manage. Now that came out just like a day or two before the conference. So do check that out if you are concerned at all about your contacts between Grow and Manage. As some of you may recall, they did have and do have separate contact databases, and that can lead to a lot of confusion or duplicate contacts within the software, which can be very frustrating. So now with this sync between Grow and Manage, you can go ahead and sync those contacts, at least their default information, right? Their phone numbers, their addresses, things like that. The additional information like custom fields and notes still have to be manually synced. But I do think it's a great step in the right direction, and just shows us more about how Clio is working to integrate those two softwares, Grow and Manage. Okay, so then on to the things we already have videos for that recently came out. I would recommend that you check these out. We talked about matter templates, where you can go in and create new matters using templates, not having to do it from scratch every single time, which is super helpful. We talked about matter stages, and those were announced as well as a recent addition to Clio Manage. Basically, it creates that Kanban board kind of columns that allow you to track your matters in a very visual way. We've got emailing directly out of Clio Manage. That also we've created a video for, also a great feature that makes life a little bit easier. And then lastly, being able to scan documents from the mobile app. Super, super helpful, especially for your clients that are trying to submit documents. And, no longer do we have to deal with getting those, getting those files with a page on each file. And now we've got to combine them all together. Using the app, they can very easily go ahead and scan those documents and submit them to us through the app in a very secure but efficient manner. So if you haven't seen those videos, please check them out on our YouTube channel. We've got some great videos. We'll set up a new playlist for you, and we'll put out the videos for the features that were announced just recently. So again, to recap, a lot of great features coming out with Clio in the near future, a lot of great features just released within the last couple of weeks. So if you haven't seen any of those, do go check them out and let us know if you have any questions. We'll keep those videos coming. Thanks so much. Have a great evening.